Listen, I know there's nothing that's more frustrating that you have a decent credit score, you're doing everything right in your credit repair process, get all the negatives off of your credit report, but guess what? You still are denied from being able to open up a bank account, right? And more than likely, that is because you are being reported to early warning systems. But guess what? In today's video, we are going to talk about how you can be able to go ahead and clean up your early warning systems so you can be able to go ahead and unlock the doors into the banking system again. So therefore, you can get that personal and business funding. So you definitely want to check this out because this is going to be one of the rare videos on YouTube that's going to break this down for you. So let's get into it.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep.
What's going on, Blueprint Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Respect My Blueprint show, where we go ahead and give you all of the blueprint, all of the gems that you need on entrepreneurship, business, as well as personal funding and business credit as well, too. All right. I'm your host, your Blueprint Mastermind. This is your first time tuning into the channel. Do me a huge favor right now before we go ahead and take a deep dive into the video. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well too. Allows us to be able to go ahead and bring more videos like this. I think this right here, personal finance and entrepreneurship and business credit, is one of the most important topics anybody should be aware of. So we need your help to be able to go ahead and spread this message and get a lot more people aware into topics and subject matters like this. All right, so we're going to get into it. So to start off this video, and what I mean by that is basically you've done everything in the aspect of, you're fixing your credit, your FICO score or your credit score is in the 600s or in the high 600s and everything. But guess what? You still keep getting denied for checking accounts with credit unions, banks, or even fintech companies out there, right? Now, damn, that could be pretty much embarrassing. And more than likely, guys want to go ahead and be honest with you, has nothing to do with the three major credit reporting agencies, nothing to do with Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian. It's a secret credit reporting agency that a lot of people may not be aware of, which is Early Warning Systems. Okay. And Early Warning Systems is the credit reporting agencies for major banking institutions such as your Wells Fargo, your Chase, your Bank of America, PNC Bank, US Bank. All of these banks are using this particular platform to be able to go ahead and report bank reporting activities on consumers. And as a matter of fact, in 2026 alone, it's been reported that over 90% of major US banks use EWS, early warning systems, before they go ahead and open up a bank account for individuals. 9 times out of 10, if you're flagged on early warning systems, you're going to get denied from opening up a bank account despite what your credit score is. Doesn't matter if you have a 700, 750, you're still going to get denied. And guess what? In today's video, I decided to go ahead and break down the steps on how you can be able to go ahead and clean up and dispute any negative information that's reporting on your early warning systems report. So you definitely want to go ahead and tap in throughout this video. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and breeze through this, make it quick because I know how valuable your time is. So first things first, before we even get into the nitty gritty and everything like that, it's very important that you understand you cannot attack what you can't see or what you don't know. So the first thing that you're going to want to do before you start anything is ordering your early warning systems report. Okay. It's the same thing as you would do when disputing your credit. You would want to go ahead and order your credit report and view what's on it first. You want to do the same thing as well too. So ordering your early warning systems report is very easy. You're simply going to go on their website, which we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys right now on how to be able to go ahead and do so. But you're going to go to the early warnings website. Let me go ahead and go straight to the home page here. Okay. Now, this is the home page, and what you're going to do, as you see on the top tab here, you're going to put your file disclosure, hit that tab, and it gives you instructions on how to be able to go ahead and order a copy of your early warning systems report. All right. Now, what you're going to do, of course, you're going to need to send in some personal identifying information, such as, your social security number, copy of your driver's license. And of course, you can fill out the online request form, or you can contact them through their toll-free number Monday through Friday and be able to go ahead and order your report directly over the phone with them, or send a letter directly to them, to their address, to order a copy of the report. I highly suggest that you go ahead and file the online form, or you go ahead and contact them via the toll-free number. Although they do have a tendency to, have a long wait time, but filling out the online form, you should be able to go ahead and get your report in little to no time. Once you receive your report, typically it takes about I would say within 5 days, you should receive your report. And once you have a copy of your report, this is going to go ahead and give you all of the information and data that you need to be able to go ahead and see what's reporting on your early warning systems report. Okay. So this is a very critical and important first step here to be able to go ahead and see if there's any negative information, such as closed bank accounts with negative balances, overdraft histories, return checks, fraud alerts, account abuse information, which these are the things and indicators that you're looking for, because obviously this is the negative information that's impacting you, from preventing you from opening up a bank account, right? So, and of course, just like your traditional personal credit reports from the three major credit report bureaus, many early warning systems reports, okay, contain outdated or incorrect information, especially labels such as account abuse labels and everything like that, which of course, just having one of these on your credit report, it can prevent you from being able to go ahead and open up a bank account with a major bank. Unlike with your personal credit report, if you have any collections or any charge-offs or late payments, after 2 years, you'll be able to go ahead and still, after a certain amount of time, you can build up good credit to be able to go ahead and have credit card companies and lenders overlook this negative behavior. That is not the same when it comes to bank reporting, blocking you from being able to get into the banking sector within 7 years, unless you go ahead and deal with it, which of course we're going to go ahead and outline in this video. All right. So once you get a copy of your early warning systems report, you're going to want to go ahead and go through it and look for any of this negative information, highlight it, identify it. So therefore, this gives you a plan of attack to be able to go ahead and start disputing any of this negative information. Okay. And of course, the things that you want to look for is any accounts that has any fraud indicators on it, right? Duplicate reporting, identity theft entries, balances that you've paid that shows unpaid, incorrect closure reasons, anything that is reporting negative on your early warning systems report. These are the things that you definitely want to look for, because of course, if you're reporting incorrectly, this gives you an avenue to be able to go ahead and challenge it. All right. Now, once you have identified everything, then the next step, just like how you would do for the most part in disputing negative items on your personal credit report, you're going to follow the same approach when it comes to your early warning systems as well, too. You're going to go ahead and want to freeze the secondary bureaus. All right. And what I mean by that, these are the specialized secondary credit reporting agencies such as LexisNexis, Innovis, SageStream, even check systems. Okay. You want to go ahead and opt out and freeze these secondary bureaus. Why you're probably more than likely you're asking is because banks, just like credit reporting agencies, often rely on these secondary bureaus to be able to go ahead and cross-reference your personal information to be once it comes to verifying or validating any information that's reporting in their repository or in their database. There's mixed reviews on social media. You have some people that say it's unnecessary to do it, or it's okay to do it. I'm here to share with you that it doesn't hurt you by doing it. If more than anything, by opting out or freezing it, what you're ultimately do is protecting yourself anyway from being exposed to any potential data breach or an identity thief being able to steal your information, the secondary bureaus selling your information to other platforms and other data brokers that will further expose you. And also, again, is going to strengthen your possibility to be successful when it comes to disputing and getting this negative information off of your credit report. Stop wearing trends, guys, and start wearing the blueprint. Check out the Blueprint Movement website where mindset meets drip. Listen, the Blueprint Movement website is just not all about clothing. It's about statement. It's about ownership. It's about discipline. It's all about getting to the next level. And if you want to be able to go ahead and do so, go ahead and put yourself in position with the merch from the Blueprint Movement website here, guys. All right, listen, if you're all about wanting to build wealth, build credit, build a future for yourself, hit the link down below and check out the drip. That'll go ahead and get you to the next level. All right, check out the website, guys. See you on the inside. So if it doesn't hurt you, why not do it? I've always been under the position that it would not hurt you, so I strongly recommend to do so. And again, my stance on it is by freezing it, you are giving yourself a better chance and better position to be able to go ahead and be successful in your dispute process as well, too. Okay. It also forces the bureaus, such as early warning systems, to do a manual review versus your having your disputes automatically denied or reviewed by a computer or an automated system as well too. All right. So once you have went ahead and frozen your secondary bureaus, which again, we're not going to go into a rabbit hole about that on how to do so. If you want to be able to learn to do so, of course, you could check out some of my other content, or you can go ahead and set up a consultation call with somebody from my team, and we'll be able to go ahead and walk you through that process. Once you have done to do so, then you have went ahead and done all of the prerequisites in order to be able to go ahead and start the dispute process. Now we are getting into the meat and potatoes of the actual disputes and being able to go ahead and get this negative information off. Okay. Now, it's very important before we go ahead and get into it. I just want to go ahead and emphasize and stress that it's very important that you keep your disputes clean and professional, right? And I can't emphasize this enough because number one, you're not begging. What you're essentially doing when you're putting your disputes together, you're asserting your rights. Okay. So these are rights that are given to you by federal law that affords you the right to be able to have a correct information and verifiable information report in regards to you under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? So you want to make sure that, your dispute letter is framed somewhat is framed similar to saying, the information reporting on my early warning systems file is incorrect or unverifiable under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Section 1681I. Please conduct a full investigation and remove any unverifiable or inaccurate information. You see, that right there is short, simple, directly to the point. You're not begging, you're not being overly aggressive or anything like that. And you're basically stating that, hey, you're getting to the point of what the problem is and what you would like for them to do. All right. Now, of course, you want to make sure in your dispute letter that you're outlining, of course, all of the specific information that you are disputing. That is very, very important as well, too. You don't want to leave it to the platform or the company to discern which accounts that you're disputing, or leave it to them. That's going to go ahead and give them all of the leeway to be able to either deny your dispute, give you a stall letter, or not sufficiently answer or give you the response that you're looking for, right? Now, you want to make sure that when you are sending the dispute letter that you are including all of the required identifying documentation that's required as well too, such as a copy of your driver's license, proof of address such as a utility bill or a bank statement or anything like that that can verify your current address. Okay. highlight all of the disputed items that you want to dispute, like I just mentioned, okay? And of course, if this is an identity theft situation, which of course this is something that's becoming more and more common nowadays, you want to make sure that you're including either a police report or an FTC report. Of course, if this is an aggravated identity theft situation, you definitely want to go ahead and go with the police report. That right there, of course, is going to strengthen your argument and strengthen your position. But if not, if you're unable to do so, then you can go ahead and go to the identity theft website and file an FTC report, as that will be able to go ahead and be sufficient enough too. Again, we're not going to go into the rabbit hole of that. You could check out some of my other content on how to be able to go ahead and fill out an identity theft report or an FTC report in order to be able to go ahead, if you're a victim of identity theft, to be able to dispute under those circumstances. All right. Now, of course, just like the credit bureaus, early warning systems have 30 days to investigate and respond in regards to any disputes that you send. Okay. So, and again, under the same guidelines, if they cannot verify the information, they must either correct it or remove it, which of course your argument is that you're wanting to go ahead and have the items removed off of your credit report, especially if you identified any inaccurate or negative information reporting on your early warning systems report. Okay.
Hey, what's going on, Blueprinters? This is a video that I want to go ahead and share with you guys to encourage you guys to go ahead and join the Blueprinter community. If you want to go ahead and level up to that next level in building generational wealth, as well as empowering yourselves on financial literacy and credit literacy, I definitely encourage you to go ahead and join the Blueprint movement. We have some great things that's up and coming down the pipeline of this year. Many of you guys know my rags to riches story started actually right after the pandemic with that story and my experience during that time frame of me being a successful serial entrepreneur, launching the different ventures that we're launching here. And I felt like it's an obligation for me to go ahead and share it with you guys in my experiences, as well as, the trials and tribulations that I was able to learn and overcome. With that being said, guys, definitely go ahead and join the Blueprinter community. Tap in with us. We have some major things coming down the pipeline. I'm very excited with the movement. I'm very excited on where we're going. I'm definitely encouraging you guys to definitely tap in and join us, man. Listen, not only are we going to show you how to build generational wealth, but we're going to have a good time in doing it. All right. So tap on in with your boy. All right. See you later. Bye.
Now, that's pretty much the workflow and the process on disputing negative information on your early warning systems report. Correct and valid information that is reporting on your early warning systems. You're not out of the okay. You're not out of options or anything like that. Guess what? You still have a way to be able to go ahead and still get these items removed off of your early warning systems report. Now, number one, of course, you can, the best and main option, of course, would be negotiating a pay for deletion agreement with the banking institutions that's reporting on your early warning systems report. Okay. Now, of course, it's very important when you're exercising this option only works prior to you actually paying off the debt that is reporting on your early warning systems report. Once you have paid the debt without any type of agreement, you've pretty much lost all of the leverage that you can to be able to go ahead and negotiate a pay for deletion. So it's very, very important that before you enter this option, this is something that you do prior to you, making any type of payment to the creditor or the banking institution in order to get this removed, off of your early warning systems report in order to go ahead and establish banking relationships again. So in other words, again, and also very important, I highly suggest that you get written confirmation that the bank will update or delete the information prior to you committing to any payment arrangements with them. So what you're going to do is you're going to contact the bank, whether it's Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo. You're going to go ahead and request that, say, hey, I have you're reporting this particular negative item on my early warning systems report. This is something I would like to take care of. I would like to go ahead and take care of this today or tomorrow, whatever the case may be. But before I do so, I would like to go ahead and see if we could come to an agreement once I make this payment or once I satisfy this payment obligation that you're going to go ahead and remove the negative reporting off of my early warning systems report. Again, if they still have it report, if you don't come to an agreement, and if you end up paying them and they still have it report on your early warning systems report, by you making the payment, all they're simply going to do is change it from an unpaid balance to a paid balance. And that still has the same negative effect as a paid balance still has the same negative effect as having an unpaid balance on your credit report. So, and most people are not aware of that. I deal with clients all of the time where they say, a debt collector called me, or this creditor called me, calling to see if they send me an email or a letter in the mail saying that I could go ahead and make payment arrangements for 50% off, 30% off. I made the payment, but guess what? My credit score is still where it's at. Well, obviously, there was no agreement to have the item removed off the credit report. And also, what has happened is that unpaid derogatory item just got reported as a paid derogatory item. But the operative word is still it's a derogatory item reporting on your credit report. Okay, so very important that with this particular tactic and strategy here, that you go ahead and enter an agreement with the creditor or the banking institution when you're doing a pay for deletion, that you get in writing that they're going to rehab it. They're going to agree to remove it off of your credit report in exchange for you satisfying the obligation that you owe them. Okay. If there is valid information that's reporting on your early warning systems report. But of course, if in that case, if inaccurate data still remains on your credit report, you still have the opportunity and the right to be able to go ahead and go above and beyond early warning systems and being able to go ahead and still seek to remedy the situation by, filing a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the state attorney's office of the state that you're located in, also the Better Business Bureau. All right. These are all oversight agencies as well as government bodies that are in charge with overseeing institutions as well as platforms like early warning systems to make sure that they abide by federal law when it comes to consumer rights and making sure that your rights are being protected too as well. So whenever you're dealing with a situation, if you followed all of the steps in this video here, that you've identified negative information, you've identified incorrect information reporting on your early warning systems report, you've went ahead and froze your secondary bureaus, you filed a dispute asking to remove the inaccurate information. After 30 days, it's still reporting negative information. Guess what? You can be able to go ahead and escalate the matter to either the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, State Attorney's Office, BBB, file a complaint with them, and more than likely this will go ahead and force the early warning systems or the banking institutions to be able to go ahead and take you a little bit more seriously and go ahead and give you the response or the actual remedy that you're looking for. Okay, but you want to make sure that you're keeping a paper trail, you're following all the proper steps, that when you go ahead and escalate this matter, that you're including a copy of your early warning systems report, your dispute letter, proof of delivery of everything. And typically within 30 days, you should see a result of everything. All right, guys. And that's about it. Okay. Most negative items on your early warning system stays for about 7 years, but it doesn't have to, guys. Follow the steps that I've outlined in this video, and this will go ahead and help you be able to go ahead and get items removed off of your early warning systems in as little to no time. Okay. Listen, it's all about being patient and being persistent. If you want more help to do so, check out our free school community in the description down below, where we've been helping hundreds of clients as well as individuals to be able to go ahead unlock financial freedom, clean up their bank reporting as well too, so they'll be able to go ahead and access personal funding. If you want to learn more to do so, hit the link down below. But as always, stay safe, stay free, guys, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Take care. Bye-bye.
Blueprint, yeah. Blueprint. This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep, Wesley Paul with Blueprint. This guests are exclusive. Get on and tune in and then learn some new tips about credit, finance, investment. A nice chance to get rich and buy land. Flip it, quick 9 bands. Learn all the skills from Wesley did it. Learn how to build successful business. Run up a mill and get the digits. Run up a mill. Look, safe place where guests are speaking. Based off financial freedom. All facts, no cap, believe it. Podcast, you have to see it.